when you remain true to yourself and you create things that are a product of your own unique interests and experiences, like, it makes for really interesting, fresh work that people haven't seen before. And like, I think that's a lot more beneficial than trying to fit into a box of, you know, what people might want to see or might want to consume. Like, especially getting into TopArts was like a huge giant thing for me, and extremely validating, because it felt like, yeah, like I was just creating work that made me happy and that I thought was a bit goofy and a little bit funny, and, you know, other people saw something in it too, and it was like so validating. What I enjoy about artworks that are a little bit more absurd or like a little bit more abstract per se is that they make the world around you very interesting. I think, like, they reconfigure it with a super fresh perspective that's engaging, and it's easy to explain very abstract ideas to people who have the open mind or who are themselves engaged in the art scene. But I guess people who haven't really been exposed to that type of thing before, who don't actively seek out art or go to galleries very much, it can be quite like mind-boggling to them, and they won't quite understand why you do what you do. Yeah. I can't create things, I think, that are kind of hollow or like meaningless or just purely for visual aesthetics. Like, I always love to have some sort of underlying concept or question or idea, so I love being able to talk about that and show people, like, this is how I see the world and this is what I care about. And yeah, I guess the motivation behind my art making is to just express my perception of, like, my own unique perception of the world in ways that will hopefully you know, strike a nerve in someone else and make them feel like, you know, the world is a very magical place. I do like to incorporate a bit of humor in some of my works, because I think some art can take itself so seriously and unnecessarily. You know, I think when you incorporate humor into your work, like, it just opens up like a whole different experience that a viewer can have with it, and a whole new way of seeing, which I think can be really enjoyable and really fun. A lot of people underestimate just how much we rely on the arts industry, like, for our livelihoods, you know, like, it's our entertainment, our pastimes, like, it brings people and communities together. Yeah, it's so important to our culture. I think arts education is for anyone who's keen on it and anyone who's interested, because, like, it's true that anyone can make art, you know? Like, you don't have to have a degree to be able to do it. One way that art differs to other subjects is that it's very validating to you personally, because it feels like there is time and attention given to you and to the things that you hold super close to your heart. Like, what? Yeah. I think one of the most important lessons that I learned through, like, making art, I guess across my life, is just the importance of, like, being yourself, really, and, like, remaining true to your values and what interests you and what makes you excited and happy. Because, yeah, like, I remember throughout VC, like, I was creating work, and sometimes you'd kind of get criticism, or you'd like, people would try to steer you in another direction if they didn't quite agree with what you were doing. Or even just, like, sometimes you can just feel that your ideas are plain stupid and that people won't get them because they're really out there and really absurd. But like, staying true to the stuff that I really wanted to make against, like, maybe feelings of, like, insecurity or, like, fear, it ended up working out really well for me. And as for after art school, I guess, like, I'd love to get my work in as many places as possible, and I suppose, like, yeah, one of the hallmarks of, like, kind of defined artistic career is to show your work internationally and to collaborate internationally. That's something that really interests me and I think could be awesome.